Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video, we're going to be doing an updated review on the Vanquisher. I did a review on this ship quite a while ago, and it's kind of outdated now because I know a lot more, and I also I didn't do a teardown basically, or like a potential upgrade path. So yeah, so let's get into it. So this is the Vanquisher 3. The number after the name is the tier of the vessel. The higher the tier, the better the base stats. So for instance, this tier 3 comes with a reactor with 37 power. Tier 2 will have a reactor with maybe 34 power, and a tier 1 could be 30 power. Aesthetically, the vessel will be the exact same. It's just basically stats. So yeah, so this is the Vanquisher. It's a Stroud-Eklund vessel, as you can see by looking at it. It's pretty nice, very streamlined. It's got those really cool engines. I really like those engines, those Slayton Aerospace engines. Anyway, stat-wise, it's got a fuel of 1100, which is kind of a bit overkill, but you know, you do you, I suppose. It's got a hull of 1392, which almost 1400 hull, which is really nice. This is quite a potent vessel, just going off of what is in it. It's got a cargo capacity of 4120, which is really high. I'm wondering, like, it's got a good kind of loadout of weapons, but like the cargo makes me think that it's more of like kind of a hauler, maybe like a combat hauler. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see like what, when we do a breakdown, just to see what pieces are where. So it's got a C-class reactor with 37 power, which is really nice. Obviously, we could improve that to 40, but you know, 3 off isn't bad. It's got a crew of 6, which again, very nice to see. It's got a jump range of 30 light years, which is really good. That's the max you can get. It'll be interesting to see like how much extra weight we can put on this before the jump range starts to drop. It's got a shields of 1215, so it's not amazing. It's kind of on the lower end of shield. We could definitely bump that up to 1600 if we get the perks. And then we've got 3 sets of weapons. We've got particle weapons. We got 2 of them there mounted. We've got ballistic weapons mounted on the port side, and then we've got a missile pod mounted on the middle. The price of this ship for me was 470,440. Now, obviously, that price for you will vary depending on whether you have perks or what tier you're going to buy. So if you buy the tier 3 without the perks, you could be paying upwards of 550, 560k. If you're buying the tier 1 version, it's going to be substantially cheaper because it's not using as expensive parts. I'm going to purchase it here. So I bought this from Havershaw in the Stroud-Eklund Star Yard. So here we are. Here is the Stroud-Eklund Star Yard over here in the Narian system. There's Narian there. And there's this Al Centauri. Now you can also check the Stroud-Eklund vendor on Neon. If it's in either of these locations, I would recommend going to Sol, landing on Mercury, and waiting 24 hours, as 24 hours on Mercury is several thousand hours in game, and that will reset the ship vendor's inventory, sorry. And then just come back and just try again. Usually it's not hard to get this vessel because it is like a Stroud-Eklund vessel, so one or the 2 vendors will be selling it. So we're going to go to our usual spot now and do a breakdown. Alright, so here we are in the usual spot. So as you can see, just going off the design, it's a very wide ship, not very tall. It's, if I was to compare it, it's kind of like the Conqueror's like smaller kind of anorexic brother or sister. It's definitely kind of like they've taken a lot out of it. I feel like the middle hull, or the middle like section between those 2 wedges, is just kind of storage, which would make sense from a kind of a gameplay point of view. Quite nice though. It's very wedge shaped, which I feel like it's a lot of Stroud-Eklund vessels. So entryway through the side in the usual manner. Stroud-Eklund entryway. And in you go. It's nice to have a door as opposed to a ladder, but I'm guessing we're going to be met by a ladder immediately. Oh, shocker, yes, okay. So we got the docking port underneath, which I'm assuming is a Deimos, because Deimos, I think, are the only ones that can go under. And then we've got okay, we got a 1x1 storage room here. And if we go over here, we have a, this is a... This is a computer control room. It's pretty nice. We got some storage. It definitely doesn't feel as kind of techy as some of the other computer control rooms, but it's still pretty nice. I like this little kind of section here. You've got like a I don't know. I think it's really cool when the habitats are kind of split down the middle, or like they have these kind of
Ahoy, Captain.
barriers. Anyway, up to the next area. Second floor here, we have a all-in-one berth, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Probably wrong. We got toilet here. We got some a table here, but looks like you're gonna have to sit on a box or another box, which is fair enough. Apparently people like Terra Brew coffee, which is fair. Not bad, brand. Then we've got some bunk beds here. Pretty nice. They look pretty comfy, although that top one looks quite claustrophobic. I don't know if I'd be able to sleep there, personally, but some people might like it. And then we've got the dreaded slippers that we can't wear. Like, it kind of, it's funny to me that Bethesda, like, modeled and, like, inserted, like, various different, like, pairs of shoes, but you can't wear them. What the hell, Bethesda? Anyway, and then, oh, this goes on. This might be a, is this a 3x1? I think this might be a 3x1 potentially. We'll do a teardown at the end. We've got the galley here that works, which is really nice. Then we've got some more, like, chairs there with some food on it. And then we have a door here to the right side that is just, it leads to a 1x1 storage area. Nice view though, really nice view, which is always nice to see. View of the starboard side. Then if we keep moving this way, we have, okay, this is the cargo room. On a vessel like this that has a lot of cargo, like, I can kind of see it making sense, but it is a bit, from a gameplay point of view, this is quite pointless. Purely because it doesn't add anything to the vessel. Like some of the other modules, like say for instance, the crew station gives you extra crew, the armory gives you extra armory slots, you know. This just, yeah, it's just purely for aesthetic. We have another door off to the side, it's another storage room with some nice views. So I'm gonna go with this being kind of primarily a cargo vessel, just going by the interior. So we drop down here and we have a infirmary. Okay, nice. So the infirmary with the pharmaceutical lab and a research lab. Got all the doodads, doohickeys as they say. Pretty nice. Then we got some more storage. Up we go. And there's actually a lot more on the space in this ship than I first assumed. This is definitely like a cool ship to buy if you wanted to like make it into your own personal thing. We've got another 1x1 storage room. Just leads to nowhere. And then, nice. And then that's up to the bridge. We'll check that in a moment. That leads to another 1x1 storage room here. Kind of wish there was more 1x1 habitat modules. It wasn't just, you know, all, like, you only have really storage rooms or companionways. We've got the Stroud Eklund engine room, very nice. I quite like these engine rooms, although it's weird kind of having it more at the top of the vessel, even though like in space technically you'd have like all the proper stuff in the middle, but I feel like it makes more sense having these at the bottom, you know. It just kind of fits with the sci-fi trope. And then we have, of course we have a mess hall, because Stroud Eklund love keeping their crew fed. So we've got this little freezer section, another freezer section here, and then we've got a galley. Nice little island for some preparation of food, and then we've got another cooking station. Then we go out here and we have some, see, it's weird, like certain things, this is the same. I've reviewed this module a couple of times, but there's slight differences. Like on one of the modules I reviewed on the Vindicator, I believe, or the Vanquisher. What is this one? What is this? Yeah, the Vindicator. There was like a little kind of an area where you could deposit your waste and your trays. And then over here, there was like, the dartboard was over there. But yeah, kind of weird. It's nice though, there's differences. Still, people have issue throwing their dartboards. I don't think Bethesda have ever played darts, because like you have to sit quite far, or stand quite far back when you play darts. That's very close. But yeah, and then we have seating arrangements. Ooh, so the ladder must have removed this seating arrangement here. So we only have 10, 12, I can count sometimes, 12 instead of 16 seats. We've got this little kind of couch area for if you want to play some cards. People are playing cards apparently. And then we've got the crew area for the officers, rather. Ooh, so nice. Are they real fish? They're real fish, that's kind of cool. And we've got some, yeah, Nice little... I love this L-shaped couch. I wish you could place it... Like, I wish it was in more areas on the ships, just because it'd be nice to break up some of the spaces. Anyway, if we go up again... Okay, so if that was the bridge, let me just double check. So there's another room I had to go up to. Was there not one? You just double check. The issue with these big vessels is you get lost. Did I get lost? No, okay, we're good now, we're good. Also, I love the fact that ever since I unlocked the jetpack, or the boost pack, I've never used ladders. Ladders are, like, pointless. I would like some stairs, but they'd be quite hard to build. As someone who used to build ships and space engineers, ladders are pretty efficient. And then we have the Kontiki Bridge. I really like this bridge. Nice view. It kind of fits with the idea of this being a cargo vessel. Only thing I don't like is these chairs. Like, your crew are just going to sit there and they're going to talk your ear off, and it's just really annoying. I kind of wish they'd move them back or put some control stations behind them, just so you know they don't get in your way. Anyway, we're going to take it off and see how she performs. Alright, let's take her off. Now, I'm expecting this thing to be very heavy, although it has... Stat-wise, it looks pretty good. Spots missing in the middle. We could definitely add more cargo there. As always, I have a perk that increases my power by 5, so for the sake of the video, we were not going to be using the 5 power, but it seems like we don't need to use that 5 power, apparently. Nice, okay. So weapon-wise, we have 3 sets of weapons. We have particle weapons there, ballistic weapons, single ballistic weapon, and then a single missile. That's a big, beefy missile. Do a quick speed test. Speed test of 150. Interesting. This must be using A-class engines. And then we're going to do a little boost when we get to max speed. So boost speed of... What do we think? About 5... Almost 600. 590, which is very good. Very acceptable. We're going to do a quick pitch. Okay, that's not too bad. It's kind of slow, though. It's very, like... I'd say it's like a 5. Yaw feels a lot slower. Yaw's like a 4. Yeah, yaw's definitely a 4. And then roll. Roll's not too bad. Alright, we're going to head down to the surface now and do a teardown. Alright, so just came back briefly. Apparently I've spent too much time flying smaller ships because I think I parked a little off. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a ticket. I love how this glitch happens. I don't know what causes it, because you can see we're not like centered on the landing bay. But yeah. Anyway, back to the teardown. Alright, so here we are. So we split it into 4 sections. So on the top here, we just have the Kontiki B310 bridge from Stroud Eklund, 320 cargo, 4 crew capacity. And then for the weapons, we have a C-59 missile launcher from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated. It's a C-class, 4800 range, 1 fire rate, 160.64 hull and shield damage, and 3 power. And then we have a pair of these Obliterator 1250 MEV Auto Alpha Beams from Lightsight. C-class, 3900 range, 4 fire rate, 29 shield and hull damage, and 4 power. And then we have a single Marauder 115 railgun from Horizon Defense. C-class, 960 range, 4 fire rate, 33 hull damage, and 4 power. And then at the back, we have the Fortress A3 shield generator from Nautilus. It's a C-class, 11 max power, and it provides 1,215 shield. Now, obviously, we could definitely improve upon that shield off the bat by putting on one of these. So this uses 1 extra power, but it gives us almost 400 extra shield. And it's about the same price, which is very nice. Now, if we go to the middle of the vessel here, we have a Stroud Mess Hall 3x2 and a Stroud Engineering Bay 3x1, which I probably would remove the Mess Hall and maybe replace it with some more... Because the mess hall, it's not a bad idea having the Mess Hall, but I just feel like being this is a cargo vessel, I suppose maybe you could get away with the Mess Hall. I'd probably put down some more like habitat, like some more like living quarters, just because I feel like you could kind of double it as like a cargo vessel and also like a transport vessel. You know, two birds with one stone. And then at the back here we have two of these 800T helium-3 tanks. Excuse me, from Ballistic Solutions. They give 550 fuel each, which is astronomical. And then we have the Theta Pinch D9 reactor from Amadon. It's C-class with 37 power. Now, obviously, we can improve upon that reactor. We can increase it to 40 if we wanted to by using this bad boy here. The SF40 Sheared Flow Reactor, C-class from Dogstar, 40 power. So the main, about the same perk-wise. Price range, this is a little bit more expensive, but not by much. And then the Grav Drive, the SGD Grav Drive from Slayton Aerospace. C-Class, 11 max power, 45 Grav Jump Thrust. Now, because this is a cargo vessel, I would recommend getting the Grav Drive, one of the ones that increase it to 50. So, for instance, this one here. Now, it's going to be significantly more expensive. It's like 30k more. But it gives us 50 Grav Jump Thrust, which gives us 30 light years, which is really nice. And then for the engines, we have SA4330 engines from Slayton Aerospace, A-Class, 2 max power. They give 15,240 engine thrust and 3220 maneuvering thrust. So the fact that they're A-Class is kind of, you know, it's a bit, our mobility is lacking a bit. We'll have to see if we can prove that. And then for the structural pieces, we have two of these Shroud Cap A's. We have one on the port, one on the starboard. We have a Stroud Nose Cap B, foretop, and a Nose Cap 2B. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these equipment plates. These are where the weapons are mounted. And then we have 4 of these portholes on each side. Then we have 2 of these Shroud Cowlings 3LA, one on the port, one on the starboard. 2 engine mounts, one on the port, one on the starboard, and then 3 mid bracers there. Now if we go to the next section of the vessel, we have a cargo hull 3x2 and an all-in-one berth 3x1. This is what I was saying. So the cargo hull, I think, makes perfect sense, but the mess hull doesn't. So what I'd probably do is I'd probably get another one of these all-in-one berths and basically like slap all-in-one berth down there, and then I don't know what other 3x1. Let me see if there's any what 3x1 habitats we have. So we could do living quarters, maybe some living quarters. Just because I feel like it'd be cool, like I was saying, 2 birds with 1 stone. Have some extra cargo capacity for carrying people. And then we have the storeroom 1x1 with a window on the side there. And then we have the companionway 1x1. No window on that side, weirdly. And then we have 2 storerooms here. And then the all-in-one berth. Now for the cargo, we have 2 of these Store Max 30 cargo holds here from Dogstar. They are 210 each. There's 4 of them. Now obviously we could improve upon that if we go and use the red ones that are give us basically double storage, like so. Very nice. So we could definitely bump up our cargo a little bit. And then for the engines, we have 2 more of these SA. Let me just double check. Are they SA4330 engines? Yes. Okay. Cool. And are they also the same? Okay. Cool. Sometimes they have different engines, but same engines. And then for the structural pieces, we have 2 of these Shroud nose caps. We got a port and a starboard over here. And then we have 2 engine braking engines, 2 Stroud engine braking engines, a Stroud nose cap E. We have a Stroud mid bracer there. We have 3 more at the back, and then we have 2 of these Stroud caps B, port and starboard. And then we have 2 of these Tile spine Bs. And then on the bottom of the vessel, we have the, where's the entryway? So we have the Stability Pro landing bay. We have the Stroud companionway 1x1, the computer core 2x1, and then we have an infirmary 2x1. Now I would recommend, as normally, I would swap this out here for a workshop, like so. And then I would just move these around, like so. Now the weird thing here is there's enough of space that you could, in theory, kind of add more stuff down here if you wanted to add like another one, but yeah. And then engines, we have the same engines again. Cargo, we have got 2 of these Galleon S204 cargo holds, 1480 each. And then we have a window. Oh, we do have a window from that other side. I apologize. There wasn't a window. There's a window there. And then for the landing gear, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 landing gear. I think. Is it 6? 7 landing gear. Sorry. 7 Accu. 11 landing gear from Stroud Eklund. 2 landing thrust each, which makes them very nice. And then for the structural pieces, we have a shroud cap A, we've got the bottom port, and we've got the starboard port. And then we have a nose cap B, bottom forward, and a nose cap 2B, bottom forward. And then we have 1 mid bracer, 1 mid bracer, 1 shroud, 1 LA port cowling. We have 2 Stroud engine mounts, there and there. And then we have another, that's the landing gear. Okay, perfect. So we're going to put the vessel back together real quick. Now, for the first things first, we're going to increase... This is a hauling vessel. We're going to make it like primarily a hauling vessel. So you could keep that shield as is. But I feel like if you're hauling a lot of cargo, you want to keep your shield as like strong as possible. So we're going to put the best reactor in there. Like so. And then we're going to go with the grav drive. Again, we're going to use a bigger grav drive just because it's nice having 50. Like so. And then for the shields, we're going to go for the best shield again. It's nice to have, you know, shields if someone tries to attack you. The 1800. Now, we'll have to find a way to hide that in a minute. Now, next for the weaponry, so because this is a cargo vessel, I'm going to only have 2 sets of weapons. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some turrets, because I feel like it makes sense having some turrets on this vessel. So we're going to... weapons. We're going to go with some B-class turrets, because B-class turrets, I think, look some of the cooler turrets. Because the thing is, like, if you're playing on, like, a lower difficulty, or even if you are, like in combat, like any of the turrets kind of like they can do their job, but they can be a bit hit or miss. So I wouldn't rely heavily on the turrets, but obviously having them kind of, it's more from a roleplay point of view, so we have some there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these here. And we're going to move these back. We're going to put a turret in the middle like so. Like that. Perfect. And then, can I put this up here? No, I can't. Cool. So you got those 3 turrets there, the primary weapons. Now for the secondary weapons, you can go about this 2 ways. So like from a roleplay point of view, you could put some suppressors on it, kind of as a, you know, like disable the vehicle so or enemy vessel so you can get away. But if you want a little bit more combat, either the Vanguard Obliterators or the Electro PB-30 Electro Beams. So if we're going to do them, we're going to slap some of them up here. We're going to put 1 there. 1 there. I'm going to put them back like there. I think they look better when they're further back. And then we're going to put 2 on the bottom. Watch them not snap. Are they going to snap? No, of course they won't snap. Oh, we have points here at the bottom though. Okay, so yeah, so we can put 2 on the bottom like so. Perfect. Obviously, if you want a 3rd weapon, you can definitely slap 1 down, but I don't worry too much about them, because I feel like it's a cargo vessel, you know, you don't need that many weapons. And then let me assign the weapons, so we're going to do that one there, and I like to put my turrets on my Y button. Perfect. Now, for the engines, we're going to see if we can get some better mobility engine-wise. Because I feel like being that this is a cargo vessel, you don't really want mobility, more so you want, like... Well, you do want mobility, sorry, but, like, speed is a bit... I'm going to try these bad boys. What are they? They're 4 or 3. They're 4 each. We can only technically put 3 of them. That could be slightly problematic. So we're going to... Okay, so we need... Now, we could obviously go with these bad boys here. Like so, and you could do the little merge technique to basically merge them in like so. I quite like these engines just because I feel like they kind of fit with the like aesthetic of the vessel. Now, obviously we don't have a lot of mobility with them. And I feel like the fact this is a hauling vessel. So we're gonna not go with them ones. We're probably gonna actually, let's see what we have. These are 3 power, but they're not gonna fit. I definitely want to put one of these underneath here just because it fits really nicely. What are they? They're 3? Okay, give me a sec. So we're gonna go away. Yeah, these look. Our mobility is tanking currently. Pretty interesting. What about these ones? This is one of the issues when you're. See, I wish you could kind of upgrade. I wish you could upgrade the engines, like, because some of the engines look really cool from like a kind of a gameplay point of view, but they're a bit. I actually quite like that there. Now, obviously, we're going to use some structural pieces. I feel like being a cargo vessel, it's nice to have some kind of bigger, beefier. Ideally, we'd want some of these tile spines for the middle, like so, just to kind of hold them together. We actually use some Nova Galactic bracers. Oh, that's slapping there. Oh. Oh, that actually looks kind of nice. And do we have a smaller piece to connect to it? Like, obviously, if you want pure mobility, I would recommend just going with the ones that were on it. But I feel like it's a cargo vessel. We want to kind of play into the fact that it's going to be a big kind of unwieldy thing. And then, what does that look like? Nah, I kind of like the way it is now. And then we're just going to see if we can get some spine pieces for the top. Like so. Just these are kind of to act more like, you know, like bumpers, so like bit of protection from the engines themselves, you know, make them a little bit more rugged. We have some Nova bracers, obviously. But what we could actually do is I do like me a tail. I think tails are pretty nice to have. Just trying to see if we can like move something over to kind of connect to the engines. Potentially, maybe. We need like a piece in there. Are there any structural pieces that would like fit there nicely? Probably not. Oh, maybe. How do these look versus these ones? Yeah, we'll use some of these radiators instead, just because add some greebling to it. For anyone that doesn't know, greebling is like a process that model makers, I believe it's model makers, do, where basically they like add pieces to something that's not intended. Like, so for instance, they'll add like pipes to like a spaceship to make it look like a weapon, or, you know, so on and so forth. Now, I don't think... Oh, I mean, we could potentially... How would that look? Put that there. I do kind of want to connect these because I feel like it looks cool. How does this look? We connect them. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And then if we need something to kind of connect between. I mean, we could obviously put a hole there. And then another one here. It's not too bad now. The landing gear, I'm going to move the landing gear. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the landing gear back. Like so. Here we go, that looks. And then just kind of make it fit now. Now that that's done, we're going to work on some cargo. So we're going to make this thing pretty beefy cargo-wise. So the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to get, we go cargo. Gonna get some of these red bad boys, and we're gonna replace these green ones here with some red ones. I like that the cargo kind of slots in here. It's pretty nice. We're up to 40. I think we'll try and aim for like about 6 or 7k cargo. Obviously, we're gonna lose mobility, but I wouldn't worry too much about mobility. As long as the landing gear can lift it, because this is a hauling vessel. And then we want something, one of these big ones that kind of can sit underneath. Perfect, one of these. Perfect. So like so, that brings us up to 650, which is pretty nice. Try and hit 70. So let me see. See if we can get like a cargo in here potentially. A square cargo. It's too heavy, isn't it? Yeah, do 2 landing gears. Okay, so we something a little bit smaller. There, we'll actually just go back and get a structural piece to put there, just to kind of keep it nice and together. What overgalactic piece do we have? Do we have any overgalactic pieces that fit in there? We'll just do the Deimos piece, because I feel like the Deimos piece like fits the best. Oh, maybe actually. Yeah, that looks quite nice actually. We flip it. Yeah, that looks cool. That looks quite nice. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Like obviously, you need to add more landing gear if you want a little bit more cargo, but I feel like 650, pretty decent cargo. Like, we keep the weapons pretty minimal, as it is meant to be like a hauling vessel. Like I was saying, the only thing I'd really change is I'd probably pull out the mess hall and put in another one of these like living quarters, just so it can double as like a kind of a cargo / passenger vessel. But anyway, that was the ship. Let me know what you guys think. When it comes to like ships, I'd be interested to see how many of you guys, because I know I've seen in the comments some people they like to go with. Sorry about that. There's a knock on my door. Yeah, so I'd like I was saying, like 2 birds with 1 stone. Anyway, I lost my thought now. Oh yeah, like I know some people in the comments saying like that they like to have kind of specific vessels, you know, like they like to have like either their hauling vessels or, you know. But it'd be interesting to see like how many of you guys like, do you tend to go for the highly specialized vessel that focuses on one thing, so like combat or exploration or hauling, or do you guys like to prefer the all-arounders? But yeah, anyway, that was the review. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and also check out some of my other reviews. Bye bye.